For the following exercise, write an equation for the line graphed. All right, so what they mean when they say write an equation, they mean that we have to somehow figure out a function, more or less, right? F of x is equal to, some function of x or whatever the case is, blah, 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 blah. Basically, what I need to do first is try to identify whether this thing is like linear, a quadratic, a quartic, et cetera, et cetera. And I realize it's a straight line, right? So it's linear. So now we know the general equation for a linear line. It's going to be y is equal to mx plus b. So to find the equation, we need to know the slope and we need to know the y-intercept. That's what it means to find the equation then of this linear line. Okay, a linear line is defined by its slope and its y-intercept. So those are the two things. So why don't we first take a look at what's the y-intercept? This is easier, and well, potentially really easy, if you're given a graph. The reason why is because you have to remember that the y-intercept is defined as the point at which this line intersects the y-axis. And it looks like it intersects the y-axis right at 5, right? Y is equal to 5. That's exactly where that linear line intersects the y-axis. So if it's pretty clear, then that's the easiest piece, right? I know that the y-intercept is then 5. Okay. Now what I can do is I can calculate the slope. I can do this in a couple of ways. I can select another point if I like let's say this one, right? And I can plug this point, which would be 4, 0, into my slope formula, which I wrote down here for you guys. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then I can plug in this point as well, which if I were to write it out, it would be 0, 5. I can plug that point into the slope formula as well, and I can calculate the slope that way. Okay. The other way to do it would be to actually use one of these 2 points, okay, or any point on this line, basically. And actually, I should have said I can't really use this one because the x value of this point technically is 0, and that means if I were to plug in that point here, my m would disappear, so I couldn't solve it that way. But what I can do here is I can plug in really any other point than that. All right, so why don't I plug in this point? Right, it has an x value of 4, a y value of 0. So y was 0, m times x, the x value is 4. And what's b? Well, b we just found, right? We know it's 5. So now all this is just easily solving for m. So this is equal to 4m plus 5, right? If you want to subtract, the 5 on over to the left, that's great. This is then equal to negative 5. And that's equal to 4m, divide out the 4 from both sides, and voila. We're going to realize that the slope is equal to negative 5 over 4. Okay? And you would have found the same answer if you had chosen both points and used this particular slope formula. Try it for yourself, all right? And now, I have everything I need to define now the equation. So the equation would be y is equal to the slope value of negative 5 over 4 times x plus then the y-intercept of 5. And this, my friends, will be the equation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time out to view our video. We appreciate it very much. All right, if you can, help us out, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the like button. Yeah, all that stuff would be great. All right, you guys have a great day.